Hello friends, welcome to Techie Vedas. Today we are going to discuss about how to run Unix or Linux shell commands or scripts in Windows operating system. Regarding the same, we have a few queries. Means can we run or execute the Unix or Linux commands in Windows operating system? How is it possible to run other OS commands in the Windows OS? Does Windows consider the other OS commands as native commands? If Windows treats the other OS commands as native commands, do we need to install any native libraries or any third-party software to proceed on our requirement? Yeah, let's see. We may get solution for all these queries, answer to all these queries. Just we have a brief intro on native commands. Native commands are nothing but some code has been written in such a way that it should be run on a specific processor like Java or .NET, some Python or Ruby, any programming or scripting language that has been written in such a way that it has to be run on a particular processor like Intel, some other processor, some other things. So shell commands or shell scripts which are related to Unix operating system. Those are like a native to Windows operating system because the soul of that shell scripting is from Unix or Linux operating system, not from the Windows, right? Then we may consider that Unix shell commands or shell script is a native commands or native script to the Windows. Let's see how Windows will allow us to perform Unix shell scripts or shell commands to execute easily and smooth way. Okay, then see, we have so many options. We have so many options to do so. Let me explain you. The first way, the first and finest way that we are aware of VDA, virtual desktop. So VDA concept, we all are aware of VDA concept. So virtual desktop is nothing but just install another, means it's kind of installing another operating system in your OS. Means for example, I have a laptop, I have a operating system in that Windows operating system. So what I will do is I will install another OS like Unix or some other OS in my Windows operating system. For that I will create a VDI like a virtual box, virtual memory in my laptop or desktop. So I will create or I install virtual memory in my laptop and I will install the required operating system or required software in that. So when I needed to, means if I want to work on that a particular software or in the particular operating system, what I will do, just I will click on that VDI folder. Okay, I will go to the VDI path where I have installed. So once I go to that path, the video, once we install the video, right, it will store in our system in a organized way, like in folders, set of folders. So just go to that folder and click on the respective software or application or else anything, whatever you want to work on. Click on that and there you can proceed with your respective task. That is the VDI. But once you install the VDI, it will occupy, what it will do, it will occupy some space of your system hard disk, and it will consume your system RAM. If you are using like a high configuration in your laptop or desktop, okay, there is no problem. Otherwise you will experience slowness or sometimes you can see that screen will stuck when you are working on anything like so, because RAM will be consumed by your operating system as well as the operating system or the applications which are installed in the VDI. So means for everything we have a pros and cons. Let's see, we can check for other alternatives as well. So based upon the pros and cons among these, we can opt for whatever the best solution for us. Okay, And before going there, I will explain you. Just go to Google, click on online Unix or Linux free terminal. Then you will see many of the websites. You can see many of the websites here. See the first website you can see here, cocalc.com. What it is showing? Online Linux terminal. What is terminal? Means in our first video I already told you. We can say that so to execute Java code we need some IDE. Okay, some IDEs like Eclipse, MyEclipse, NetBeans, some IDEs. In the same way, if you want to work on Unix shell script or commands, anything related to Unix or Linux, you should work in a terminal. It may be PuTTY, it may be MobiXterm, or it may be simple black screen user interface. Okay, terminal is nothing but wherever you are allowed, means you have been allowed to enter your commands and to prepare your shell scripts and you can execute. That itself is a terminal. Okay. So when you are searching, search with online Unix or Linux free terminal. For this, open the new tab. Yeah. So once you click on that CoCalc, this is the URL and this is the home page of the CoCalc. See here, it is showing not only Linux, some Jupyter, LaTeX, Octave, Python, RStats. So like that, they have created, means that CoCalc Foundation has created one free terminal for us, for everyone to work on, means either of the technologies which has been displayed here. Means because we no need to worry about configuration and setup for each and every technology. Simply what we have to do, we have to register here, and based upon our requirement we can choose the respective technology and we can just start practicing the command shell scripts whatever we want. Okay, and in our scenario we are discussing about Linux. So click on Linux. Okay, just see, once you click on Linux, what it is showing is the Linux terminal, some shell script. Okay, before working on or discussing about any commands or shell script, what we have to do here, as I already told you, we have to register into the CoCalc. Just click on sign in. See here, some required libraries or APIs being initialized. It's in progress. Okay, it's in progress. Just enter the data. Okay, enter the requested data here and click on sign up, and you will get user credentials and you will get the mail for verification as well, whatever the mail ID that you have given during the registration process. And in that way you can log in with that credentials, and you can check for the, means you can start working on the Unix commands. Okay, if you have Facebook or else Google or else Twitter, anything here, so CoCalc has provided an option for us. Click on this and choose either of the options here, and with the same credentials you can log in and you can continue your practicing. Okay, and see here another option also, run CoCalc now and sign up later. So without sign up, means without giving any details, you can simply click on this option to have a quicker terminal access. click on this and click on this, then you will be diverted to the Unix or Linux terminal. There you can enter or practice the Unix shell script and shell commands. Okay, this is simply one of the online free terminal. Okay, just close it, because you know, right, how to sign up and how to proceed, because they will give the step-by-step process. Once you sign in, they will guide you. Actually, they will guide you like with the icons and everything, so no need to worry about it. We have covered CoCalc, right? So in the same way, we have tutorials point, execute bash shell online. Let's see, and a web and webminal, webminal.org, and guru99.com. So linuxcontainers.org. We have many terminals like so. If you explore with the same such a string, you will get n number of options, n number of terminals, n number of websites, okay, to sign up and do practice. This is linuxcontainers.org, and go to home. Let's see what they are saying. New seems to be, this is not that much user friendly, right? It's not that much user friendly. Let's say tutorials point terminal. Just reload. Yeah, here. See, they have simply provided one screen to us to enter our commands or shell script, and we can see the result here. We know that for every programming language or scripting language, the first program will be the hello world program. Everyone knows, right? See, just what we will do is execute. Here we have an option to execute this. Let's see. Yeah, whatever we have given some content in the double quotations, it is displayed here. So just I will explain. Echo hello world. It is nothing but in C language we have used print, like a println on the Java system.out.println to display the content. If you want to display some content on the screen, okay, some content on the screen, so we will use system.out.println in Java, in some languages like c.out, c.in, and printf, println, like that, right? So in the same way, Unix or Linux, we will use echo command. See, we can change anything here. Hello, Tiki Vedas. Click on execute. See, whatever the content we have given in the double quotes, we have seen here. Yeah, fine. In such a way that you can change the content here and click on execute. But exactly, I'm not aware of that. Means like up to what extent these guys are allowing to write commands or scripts, because some echo, ls, grep, date command, some basic commands, every terminal will allow us to enter and execute the basic commands. But what about medium and advanced level commands and shell scripts? So to know that keenly, we have to explore by taking or by signing up a few of the online free terminals. So we have covered another terminal here. One is CoCalc and one is tutorialspoint.com. Just close this. Like this, if you explore many number of websites available in the real time, means nothing but real time means in the online, but the pros and cons are as we discussed. Means for everything we should have, means we must have some pros and cons, right? In the same way, for online terminals also there are some pros and cons. One is easy to use. See, no need to install any software in your PC, no need to load any APIs or anything. You have just search for that or enter into that website and you can log in and you can continue your work, right? It's very easy. But just think, there is some issue with your internet, then what you will do? That is mandatory, means you are thinking to do something, or you have some mandate work to do, or you have some interview, you want to prepare on something. At that time there is no network, there is a glitch in the network, or you are not able to access your internet. What you will do? You cannot access the website, you cannot do anything, right, further? Then what we will do? So there is another option like that, Cygwin. See, Cygwin. Just search with the Cygwin, CYZWIN. I'm trying to maximize this. I hope, yeah. Are you able to see my screen? Screen, okay, but the content is visible, right? Click on Cygwin. So website is cygwin.com. And what is the Cygwin? Get that Linux feeling on Windows. What they are saying? Get that Linux feeling on Windows. So this is what, right, we are discussing about in this session. We have to be in the Windows OS, but we have to get that feel that we are working in Linux or Unix operating system. So seems to be we have reached to the proper way of working on Unix shell script or commands in the Windows. Okay, what we have to do is there is a little bit a process to work on this Cygwin. Okay, what we have to do is here in the left panel, in the left side panel, do we have any download option? Install Cygwin. Okay, installing and updating the Cygwin packages. If it is 64-bit, just click on setup x86.64. See, one exe file is downloaded successfully. Click on it. Sorry. Yes, click on yes. See here, Cygwin net release setup program. This is a step-by-step process. It will be like how we install a small software in Windows operating system. In the same way, we have to follow the process, follow the steps. Click on next. Install from internet, obviously, or else install from local directory. No, we don't have that local directory copy. Download without installing. We already downloaded. Okay, so we already downloaded, so we can choose this option. It's a default option. Click on next. Let me maximize then. And so do you want to install the Cygwin software application for all the users available in your laptop or desktop, or else just for your user? Recommended is all users from the Cygwin, so just go with the recommended options. Click on next. You can choose the whatever the folder that you want to install the Cygwin application. After that, click on next and use system proxy settings. Okay, downloading. See, once it is downloaded, what you have to do is one URL is by default chosen by the Cygwin. See, http://cygwin.mirror.constant.com. Okay, just choose that URL. Click on next. It is progressing. It is installing the Cygwin applications. So once it is finished, the reason why I have click on cancel, because I already installed Cygwin in my PC. See, once you completed the setup process, at last you will see that Cygwin 64 terminal on your desktop, some shortcut. Okay, click on that, maximize. See, this is the Cygwin. However, it is showing the prompt string. This is the prompt string. I will explain you how to change this prompt string like for a specific session or else permanently in later sessions. So this is the Cygwin terminal. Here lsltr and the cd home. Okay, this is the terminal. So it looks like exactly Unix or Linux, PuTTY, or else MOBA, Xterm, or else simply terminal. Let me try to execute some commands. These are basic commands to list out whatever the directories, subdirectories, or files available in the present directory. Click on that. We will get the list of files available here. And however, don't worry, I will explain you all these things in the coming sessions. 55 and okay, here. So just I'm printing in a reverse order. Okay, cool, it's working fine. We'll discuss about these means all these comments later. Just I have closed it, and where we are, yeah. Cygwin. See, once we install the Cygwin into our laptop or desktop, we can work on Unix shell commands or shell scripts easily. You already seen, right? It looks like exactly the Unix terminal. Okay. First of all, we have to discuss about the pros and cons of Cygwin. Cygwin is very easy to use, and one more thing, and it is the can say that advantage among all the options that we have discussed so far. Once we install the Cygwin into our laptop or desktop, irrespective of the network connection, we can connect to the Cygwin and we can work on the commands and scripts. No need of internet connection for that. See what I will do. I will show you. This is my Wi-Fi, and I am disconnecting here. Disconnect. Is being disconnected. Yes. See here. It got disconnected. I am opening Cygwin application now. See, still I am able to access the data in the Cygwin. cd home lsltr cd etc. List out the files. Yeah, see, we can list out the files and we can work on the files. Oh, it is connected. Let me disconnect once. Now I will try again. See here, Wi-Fi got disconnected. Still I'm able to access the files in the Cygwin. Very impressive, right? No need to install a VDI, no need to have the internet connection all the time when we want to work on. It's like a very simple application, like a software application we are installing into our laptop or desktop, and we can work on at any time. when it is needed. Yeah, from my perspective, I can say that as we have discussed so far in this session, we have a VDA concept to install VDA, and we can install OS into that, and we can access, and we can work on the Unix and Linux commands there. Another option is just Google will just Google like online Unix or Linux terminal for free. So once you search with that string, you will get n number of websites. You can choose any website that you like mostly, and sign up in that, and try to do practice in that. And another way is Sigwin. As I already told you, install the Sigwin application in your system, and without having the internet connection also, active internet connection also, you can work on the Unix shell commands and shell scripts at any time, 365 days. Okay, no need to update this application, no need to have the internet connection, and it don't take much memory like VDA. What is that? It won't take much hard disk or much RAM. Okay, this is very simple application. If I 1.28 MB. See, very small. It's like very small application. Okay, from my perspective, I can opt for the Sigwin. That is the reason I have installed, and whenever I want, I will work in the Sigwin only. So it's up to you. Whatever the option, you can choose and proceed further. And from the next session onwards, we will start working on commands, Unix shell commands and shell scripts. Okay, step by step process. In a step by step way, we will start from the basic to medium and advanced level concepts in the Unix and Linux. I can make sure that from my end, I can give you the best content and best explanation, and the rest is just you have to do practice. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye bye.